everyone. I am so excited to have the opportunity to present this short video to you guys for the Student Virtual Health Fest. I know it's been kind of a weird spring semester with transitioning to all online classes. So you're probably spending quite a bit of time sitting, whether it's watching Netflix or taking the time to, sit and work on some of your online assignments. But it seems like we're spending a little bit more time sitting than maybe what we normally do. One of the benefits of yoga is obviously to stretch out some of the muscles in the body. Well, with a lot of the stress that we've been experiencing, that stress isn't just psychological, but it can manifest itself in the physical through tight muscles, maybe the trapezius, hips, lower back. So in a combination of the stress we're experiencing and the extra time that maybe we're spending sitting, it could be really helpful to just take a little bit of time to open up some of those muscles that tend to be carrying some of that stress or tend to be a little bit tight. So I'm going to spend just a few minutes going over some stretches that might be helpful to ease some of that tension and some of that stress that we're carrying around in our body. So you really don't need a whole lot of space, but just kind of finding an open area in your house, or maybe if you're like me, clearing out some of the furniture that you have to create some of that space. So finding that space for yourself. And then if you have a blanket or a towel, that could be a helpful prop for you to use. So I've got a few blankets over here. But just taking the time to actually stand up and stretch. So standing up nice and tall, okay, feet are about hip width apart. And nice deep breath. Inhale, reaching the arms up towards the sky. And sometimes when we do that, the shoulders creep up. Think about pressing the shoulders back. So we're creating some space between the neck and shoulders. And then if you want, you can bring the hands together, interlacing the fingers, and just coming into a slight back bend. Gazing up, stretching out the abs. Good. And then on the next exhale, we're going to swan dive forward, coming into a forward bend. If you need to, you can bend the knees, but try to let the neck relax. So we're just letting the head hang, maybe shaking the head side to side, up and down. And then walking the hands out in front, feet back, coming into down dog. So fingers are spread as wide apart as you can possibly get them. Think about reaching the heels back towards the floor. And you can alternate pressing one heel back at a time if you want. We'll give you a little bit deeper of a stretch through the calves and hamstrings. Nice even breaths. And pressing both heels back. Good. We're going to inhale, coming forward into upward facing dog. So try not to sink into the shoulders, but lift up. Again, we're creating a little bit of space there between the neck and shoulders. And then exhale, lowering down to the mat. And sitting back towards the hills, coming into child's pose. And if you're not able to sit all the way back onto the hills, maybe the quadriceps are a little tight, not a place of judgment, okay, just something we want to be aware of. Again, you can take one of those blankets, kind of folding it over, placing it on the hills, and that may make it a little bit more comfortable for you. Resting here, noticing where you're feeling the stretch. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to downward facing dog. And pressing the heels back. And stepping forward with the left, coming into a runner's lunge. We want to make sure that we're keeping the knee behind the toes. And we're going to gently lower that leg that's in back, flattening out the foot. Now, if it bothers your knee to come all the way down to the mat, again, use a blanket, and you can just place it kind of right there underneath the knee. And inhale, sweeping the arms up, coming into a crescent lunge. Think about pressing the hips forward, and that's going to allow you to really stretch out and open that right hip. So spending just a few moments here. Inhale. And exhale, coming back to a runner's lunge. And down dog. So we're going to try the same thing on the other side. So again, using the blanket if you need to, or you can set it over to the side. This time, stepping forward with the right. Just kind of pausing here. So this time we're going to open up the left hip. And then lowering that leg that's in back. As we flatten the foot and back, pressing the hips towards the top of our mat. And inhale, crescent lunge. Resting here, deepening the stretch. And inhale. Exhale, coming back to a runner's lunge and down dog. And then lowering the knees down onto mat. So hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Knees are underneath the hips. Again, you're welcome to use a blanket, placing it underneath the knees if that makes it a little bit more comfortable for you. Again, you want to find what works best for you. Inhale, gazing up, just letting the belly relax. So we extend the spine. This is called cow. And then as we exhale, we're going to arch the back, belly button to spine, chin to chest. Resting here in cat. And then just alternating between the two. Inhale, gazing up. And exhale, drawing it in. And just go at your own pace. If you want, you can close the eyes. And just imagine inhaling and exhaling completely each time. Breath and movement stay nice and connected. When you're ready, sitting back into child's pose. And walking the hands in so that we're sitting up. We're going to come over onto the feet, lifting up into a forward bend, and slowly rolling up. Standing up nice and tall. Right, so those are just a few stretches that you can do to kind of open up maybe the hips, stretch out the lower back. There are various other poses that if we had a little bit more time I could talk about, but I know there's a lot of digital information that is out there, a lot of different workout videos, things like that. I just want to encourage you that as you go through those, if you're not able to do all of the yoga poses, if you're not able to do everything in the workout, just do the best that you can, modify as you need to, and just, take the time to appreciate what you are able to accomplish and take that time for yourself to practice a little bit of self-care. So I hope you enjoyed the video and you enjoy the rest of the virtual Health Fest. Namaste.